slow. Yeah, those signal lights are there to help the trains come and go. And when the light is green, it means everything is moving. But ready to stop for a little while. If the light is red, slow down for the other light and take a real good look around. There could be trouble on the railroad track, like a train that is broken down. Yeah, those signal lights tell me when it's safe to go. Yeah, those signal lights tell me when it's time to go slow. Yeah, those signal lights, they help control the traffic flow. Yeah, those signal lights are there to help the trains come and go. Yeah, those signal lights tell me when it's safe to go. Yeah, those signal lights tell me when it's time to go slow. Yeah, those signal lights, they help control the traffic flow. Yeah, those signal lights are there to help the trains come and go. Yeah, those signal lights tell me when it's safe to go. Yeah, those signal lights tell me when it's time to go slow. Yeah, those signal lights, they help control the traffic.
We kick off Volume 8 with NS-40N loaded grain train with two BNSF ES-44 DCs as they tiptoe into town. The train was going at restricted speed due to heat orders and due to some work that was ahead. This was a great length of train and a wonderful surprise as it makes its way through downtown Suffolk. Love seeing a little bit of BNSF power on the East Coast. NS 81329 makes its way westbound through Windsor with a C6M and an Ace on the point. Great length of train as they go west. Amtrak 80 cruises northbound through Emporia with the classic Genesis leading the way. CSX L24610 proceeds southbound as light power after getting fuel. Great crew as they go by. CSX I-136 makes its way northbound with 2 GEs up front and a decent-sized train. This train will stop for several southbounds before proceeding north, and he will also have to stop and flag Kenyon Road before proceeding north. And we will see the train again in downtown Suffolk as he will proceed to the Commonwealth. As I-136 comes to a crawl here at Kenyon Road, we will be seeing L246 as our next train with a long hood forward CM44 and a good friend of mine as conductor. Great length of train on both of these intermodals. And L246 will be one of several southbounds that will be featured in this film. I-136 on the move from earlier as they cruise through downtown Suffolk. CSX G95811 comes southbound with CSX 408, a traditional AC 4400 in Y and 2. Crank up your speakers. CSX L25212 follows the empty grain train with 7117 leading. Great crew as they come by. CSX G955 makes its way northbound with the L246 crew with 2 ES40 DCs in command. Great length of train and a great crew as they go by. NS 820 makes its way eastbound with an ES44 AC and an ES44 DC for power. Great length of train as it makes its way east. CSX I-136 on a different day makes its way northbound with 2 Gs in command as it cruises through Suffolk. Great length of train as it goes by. We get a 2-for-1 deal with NS 273-19 and NS 816-15. 273 with a 1x2 arrangement, and with 816 having a UP leader. Great length of train on both of these trains as they will make their way through Suffolk. Glad to get a little bit of a rain shot here in downtown Suffolk. CSX L24620 concludes the volume with 2 Gs in command. Great crew as it goes by the historic Seaboard Station Railroad Museum. On this particular day, the Seaboard Station reopened to the public. Please look at the video I did of the station, and this train is also featured here. Great crew as they go by. And it is with this train we end this exciting volume. Please remember to like, subscribe, and tap the bell. And let me know what you all think in the comments below. And please remember to subscribe to Heritage Village Trains. Until next time, this is Engineer Pat 5290 signing out.